There we go. All right. IWC Nation Live. Da, 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 da. Now we're gonna try these little mini videos, or I am, anyways. Maybe 15 minutes, maybe 30. I don't know. We'll see how long this goes and go from there. I mean, this is more of just like an introduction video. But also make sure you follow IWC Nation podcast on Anchor, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. I think we're on SoundCloud now too. We're gonna start uploading some of our stuff to YouTube as well, on Matt Harney's channel, as well as this one. So just keep an eye out, and also for these videos. Anyways, I figured today we'll just discuss some of my favorite matches and go through some of my DVD collection. Because if you can't tell, I'm kind of a nerd. So we will gladly go through all of this. Let me see if I can get the video. There we go. So anyways, I figured we'd start with one of my favorites I have. I've had for a long time. I've had this DVD. I've had so many TNA DVDs for quite a long time. But we'll go with this one starter for first. Gonna go with Bound for Glory, 2007. It's a good pay-per-view, actually, I think. One of TNA's better ones. I mean, you had Kurt Angle versus Sting, which is honestly worth watching just for that alone. The X Division Championship match, you know, you got TNA X Division Championship, Black Machismo, Jay Lethal. I mean, if you don't love Jay Lethal and the Black Machismo, I mean, why are you watching wrestling? It's amazing. But it faces Christopher Daniels. Like, it's Christopher Daniels with Jay Lethal. You know that's good. We also had Monsters Ball match, which I can't remember this one too much. I mean, I remember liking it because it was Abyss, Raven, Rhino, and Black Ray, or Gold Dust, Dustin Reynolds. I remember enjoying it, but it's definitely not the best Monsters Ball match. There's one with Jeff Hardy where Rhino gets him the Rhino driver off the second rope. Whew, that was pretty rough. But still a good match. I think this was the year after Kurt Angle debuted, too, for TNA, if I remember correctly. I believe the following year is when he was the referee for Jeff Jarrett and Sting. Again, my memory's a little hazy, so sue me if I get something wrong. Not a fucking encyclopedia. Oh, what's the F words? Anyways, Knockouts Battle Royal. You got it's the crown of the first TNA Knockouts champion, which obviously was Gail Kim. Chrissy Hemme, Miss Brooks, Jackie Moore, Roxy Laveau, and more. I mean, Jesus, Roxy, I haven't heard about Roxy in forever. Anyways, we also got the Ultimate X match. We got Triple X versus Latin American Exchange. Triple X versus the Latin American Exchange. You need to see that. It's good. Tables match, the Steiner Brothers and Team 3D. Okay, I understand both the Steiner Brothers are incredibly old at this point. More so now than they were then. But it's still worth watching. It's still fun. It's just fun. It's a fun car wreck, okay? And Steiner, I'm pretty sure, does like a fucking top rope Frankensteiner. And you're just like, what the fuck are you doing, Scott Steiner? You crazy son of a bitch. But you gotta love him. You gotta love him. You gotta love him. And then the Fight for the Right match, featuring 15 TNA superstars battling for a shot at the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. I don't remember that too much, so maybe I'll select this pay-per-view as a watch-along, and we'll go through it again. But I remember enjoying Kurt Angle and Sting. That was the big thing that sold me. Oh yeah, you had the TNA World Tag Team Championship match with Styles and Tonko versus Team Pac-Man, but I'm not. I'm pretty sure that was Ron Truth too, or Killings. So I mean, it's sad because he was NWA World Champion. But I mean, I love R-Truth, so if he's happy, fuck it. Who am I to judge R-Truth and decide whether he shouldn't be happy with something? But I mean, he did have some good stuff in TNA. People always like to argue that he didn't, but I think he did. Let's go with another. Ooh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Actually, I'm gonna grab two of them so we can go over this. I'm going to one, and then where is the one I'm looking for? I'm gonna go over this one. There we go. And you know what? I'll grab the other one because this is the one actually I meant to grab. The 2006 Bound for Glory. So yeah, we'll start with 2007, 2006, June, October 2006. So we'll start here. We've got TNA Slammiversary 2006. Good stuff. I'll go over the card in a minute. Then we've got Bound for Glory 2006. This would be Kurt Angle's actual first appearance in TNA. You know, when they signed him. And one of the reasons I stopped watching. I mean, when I stopped watching WWE for like a good 2 years, maybe 3. I mean, I wasn't watching Raw, SmackDown. I wasn't watching shit. It was this time period, and this is when TNA and Impact were fucking good. They were good. Wrestling fans just didn't want to give them any attention because I don't know. I mean, they were doing a lot of dumb shit too at the same time, so I guess it's hit and miss. Again, I didn't work for the company, so I can't really say how it was working there, but I mean, outside perspective. But anyways, we'll go over the card. And then, of course, TNA. Another TNA, of course, TNA. Lockdown 2007, right? Yeah. April in St. Louis. And, I mean, you can see fucking Scott Steiner, Christian on there, Kurt Angle, and Sting. It's a great cover. Classic stuff. So, we will go over these real quick, just because I feel like Impact needs more attention. I mean, if you all wonder why I'm probably doing this, I just don't feel like Impact is getting enough attention from us wrestling fans. And I really want to show people that Impact not only has been consistent in a lot of ways, and I mean, they've had a lot of bullshit, but WWE has a lot of garbage too. So why Impact gets this hardcore fucking rep? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess people are just overly critical. I mean, I am too, but there's just we need something out of WWE, and I'm so glad this day and age, NWA has fucking got its own show, and it's amazing. If you haven't checked out NWA Power, you need to do that. It's on YouTube. It's an hour long. I mean, it is. I would rather sit and watch NWA Power on repeat for 3 hours than watch Raw. I can't. Raw and SmackDown are just so. It's not even the corporatized corporate. I don't know, structure they clearly are running now versus earlier, because they're a publicly traded company, but it's just the lack of continuity. I mean, they try occasionally with continuity, but then it just gets thrown out the fucking window and it's garbage. So I don't know. I'm kind of in a weird passe with WWE. I mean, I want to support them because I've been watching them since I was 7, and I love the wrestlers. I love I love the company, but I don't. It's like the government right now. I can't stand the government. It's the same shit. I'm still a patriot, I'm standing with WWE. I can't stand the company, but I still fucking love them. I'm still gonna support them because the wrestlers that work there, that's why I buy their merchandise. If you're more than just a casual fan, most casual fans don't know that's where the wrestlers get most of their money, is the merchandise. So it's probably why I've spent an obscene amount of money on merchandise. And I'm single, so there's that too. But anyways, let's get back to the TNA cards. I got sidetracked there for a minute, rambling. But I will go over Slammiversary, like I said first. This was June 18th, 2006. And we had a pre-show match of the Naturals versus Team Canada. Plus the debut of Jim Cornette as the new face of TNA management. Oh, we all know that long that lasted. Oh, that's just so funny. Fuck you, Jim Cornette. You homophobic cock. I'll get flagged for the cussing in this, but I don't care. I just can't stand Jim Cornette. I hate him. He's great at what he does as far as announcing, and I'm not gonna sit there and say the guy's not a plethora of wrestling knowledge, but Jesus Christ, does he just stick his foot in his mouth so much? It's obnoxious, and I can't stand it personally. Anyways, so I'll hold up that as I read the card. Like I said, we had the Naturals, Jim Cornette. We also had X Division ranking match. Forgot what the ranking thing was. But the War Machine Rhino versus the Canadian Enforcer Bobby Roode and Coach D'Amore. Scott D'Amore. I love you, man. You're great. And, it's a handicap. Oh, the next one's that's the handicap revenge match. I apologize. I read that wrong. That was the handicap revenge match. The X Division ranking match was Alex Shelley versus Senshi versus Shark Boy versus Jay Lethal versus Sanjay Dutt versus Petey Williams. So, good shit. A lot of good talent in there. A lot of good talent. Petey Williams is so criminally underrated. And everybody uses the Canadian fucking Destroyer now. I mean, it's kind of annoying because I love the fucking move, and now it's getting like way overused. But that's just my opinion on it. You know, I mean, Adam Cole, I love his Panama Sunrise. It works well with the last shot, so I'm fine with that. Adam Cole's not the complaint. It's everybody else. Well, Chelsea Green does a nasty fucking Canadian Destroyer too. She's pretty dope. But again, and Petey gave her the sign off on that, so fuck that. Like, that means more to me. When Petey gives you the sign off on it, then you're good. Like, that's just how I feel about that. But anyways, we also had the Bingo Hall Brawl, the James Gang. Oh boy, the James Gang. Yeah, that is Road Dogg, and I believe Billy Gunn. I can't remember. Yeah, it is Billy Gunn. Versus Team 3D. I mean, it's not a classic, but it's the New Age Outlaws versus the Dudley Boys. I mean, in TNA, so it's not horrible. I would say you'll find enjoyment in it. I mean, it's, again, not an all-star classic, but it's fun to watch. This was not a challenge match with Chris Sabin versus Kevin Nash with Alex Shelley. Chris Sabin, boy, oh boy. I mean, I know they eventually made him world champion, but I still don't know if that was a good idea. But he's so good, but they just never really... I don't know, I always felt like he was getting fed to people like Kevin Nash. It was kind of annoying, especially with the single career-wise. But then you got, I mean, don't get me wrong, Motion Machine Guns are fucking amazing. One of the best tag teams ever. But, then you got the NWA World Tag Team titles, because, you know, TNA hadn't done the whole their own belts thing yet. They're still rocking the NWA stuff at the time, which I loved. It was one of the reasons I actually stuck with TNA as long as I did, was because of the NWA stuff. And then, of course, they signed Kurt Angle and everything from there, but... And then we've got like I said, the NWA World Tag Title match, which is America's Most Wanted versus the phenomenal AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. Okay, now, I have seen that match probably at least 5 or 6 times. It's really fucking good. The crowd is hot. The matches were great. The tags were great. I mean, it's fucking... It's AJ Styles, and it's just fantastic. It really is fantastic. So... I highly recommend. I mean, of all the matches on this card, that's definitely the one that should be watched. The X Division match, I would definitely say watch as well. I mean, I wouldn't fault you for skipping the rest of this, to be honest. Especially this one. Who is truly unstoppable? Samoa Joe versus Scott Steiner. Okay. I secretly like this match. Is it good? No. Is it because of Samoa Joe? No, it's because of Scott Steiner. But it is slightly entertaining. I mean, it's not the worst match, and you know, Steiner does a pretty fucking nasty German on Joe. That's just crazy. The match has its points, but I mean, I can't sit here and say it's a good one. Entertaining. Yeah. But the one I enjoyed was the King of the Mountain match, which, by the way, Impact, bring that back. The King of the Mountain match was awesome. We loved it. I don't understand why it hasn't come back yet. I mean, it doesn't have to be all the time. It doesn't have to be a year. Do it at Slammiversary once a fucking year. Well, no, because then you shoehorn your world title into that like they used to. So I can understand not doing that. But the King of the Mountain match needs to come back, bottom line. Okay, King of the Mountain match was always awesome. I enjoyed it. It's different. In a day where not many new match stipulations come out and are original, the reverse ladder match is. I mean, I think it makes more sense going up the ladder to put the belt on a hook, and then it does climb it up the bitch to pull it down. I don't know, or at least in the terms of like the fight, you know, because well, I remember watching in these is you know just the way they would sell going up the ladder trying to get the belt on the hook, would just seem more like perilous, more like there was more just threat instantly, versus just going up and taking your sweet ass time crawling up the ladder. I mean, I don't know. It's WWE. Their ladder matches are definitely kind of in the last like 10 years. I mean, there's been a few that have been really good. Don't get me wrong. I know I'm gonna get blasted for that. I mean, Michaels and Jericho's one of the best ladder matches they've ever had. Heck, I'd even throw the Usos, the Lucha House Party, or whatever they were called back then. Lucha, you know you know what I'm fucking talking about. Not Lindsay Dorado. Sin Cara and I think it was Sin Cara. Sin Cara and what? I can't remember their names. It was a ladder match at TLC. It was a three-way. It was fucking awesome. That created Devil Soul shit off the top of the ladder. That was nuts. So again, WWE just have a few good modern ladder matches, but then you get shit like Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens. Okay, there were some good spots, but the match was not good. Like no one wants to see Shane McMahon in a fucking ladder match. No one wants to see Shane McMahon in a ladder match in 2019. No one does. I mean, we've already seen him in a Falls Count Anywhere match. We've seen him on way too many pay-per-views and shows as